So I just wanted to say, first of all, Birmingham. I was born here. You are my tribe. I learned to drive here. I was born here. I was educated here, and seeing you here, it's an honor. You are my soul. You're the soul of my soul. And the reason I say that is importantly because of Sheikh Khaled Nabam, whose daughter was just 3 years old when he went home and he found her lying in the dust. She didn't look like she'd been harmed. She was just covered in dust. And her brother Tariq, let's not forget him. And he picked her up and he tried to do her hair and make her hair nice and brush the dust off. The impact of the Israeli missile on that house had exploded her organs from the inside. This is what these missiles are doing. And he called her the soul of his soul. We've all got someone as beloved that we understand that statement, the soul of his soul, killed by the Israelis. And Khaled himself, less than a year later, they came back, and because he'd gone viral, because he'd get out a message about his beloved granddaughter, they bombed him too. They killed him too. They killed him deliberately. And I mention him because there's been another little boy, a 7-year-old boy, with a bag, a school bag, inside which was a tissue and a school book and a pencil. But the Israelis killed him. What harm could he have done to anybody? His name was Jad. Remember these children. There are over 30,000 of them. So let's remember all of the children. There's another one last week. A baby, a 7-month-old baby, shot in the head. Shot in the head, an execution, a 7-month-old baby. So why do I mention these children? It's because I'll take them to the grave. I'll take them, every time I report on these stories, sometimes they stick in my heart. I will take them to the grave. The 3 sisters, one 17, one 15, one 13-year-old, and the 13-year-old went back to the shelter with a bin bag because they couldn't separate the remains of her 2 other sisters. The little boy who wasn't even 6, who took his parents to the morgue in 2 plastic shopping bags. This is what Israel's doing. This is what it's doing. It's mass murder and we know it. And this comes to the whole concept of genocide, which we're not allowed to say. The whole point that the ICJ has now delayed the case for genocide against the Israeli regime, not till next month or the end of the year. They've delayed it until May 2029, by which time there will be more genocides, by which time we may have lost Lebanon, by which time we could have lost the North Sinai. For over 3 years before they will even take this written pleading into court and declare it a genocide. And in the meantime, we can't use the word genocide. The judge, Justice Johnson, I'm sorry it is an oxymoron, Justice Johnson, in the Filton case, banned the word genocide from the court because it hasn't been proven, because it has to be proven with intent. What intent do you need? The fact that Netanyahu stands there and says, we're going to bomb Gaza back to the Stone Ages, is that not intent? The fact that he said, and he invoked Amalek, is that not intent? There are thousands and thousands and thousands of published and broadcasted Israeli politicians, Israeli influencers, even TV anchors who have said that they are going to kill every single Palestinian. They're going to annihilate the Palestinians and erase Palestinianism, the whole thing. Is that not intent enough to take them to court? No, we've got to wait 3 years. And in that time, in 3 years' time, I can't imagine the amount of children that are going to follow Reem and Tarek and the 3 sisters, the 13-year-old sister who carried her sisters home has also been bombed to death a few months ago. They've all gone. There's 10,000 children missing, and that is an undercount. Once again, there's 73,000 figure they give you. The Israelis were happy with. The reason the Israelis are happy with is because it's half the amount of people, maybe even less than half. I take the Lancet, which is 500,000. There are families that have been evaporated and vaporized, so there was no one to even claim that they are missing. What about those numbers? They're not included in the list of the dead. They're not included. And if they wanted the Palestinians to survive, why would they arrest a Palestinian leaving, a journalist leaving Gaza to go to Italy to complete his studies? Why arrest him and disappear him? If they actually want the Palestinians to survive, we don't need to read between the lines. And another thing we don't need to do is justify. We do not need to justify why we are against mass extermination, why we disagree with the maiming and the killing and the torturing of Palestinians, why we disagree with the killing of hundreds of thousands of people. We don't have to justify to a police officer. We don't have to justify to any judge. We don't have to justify to anyone anywhere on this planet that we oppose genocide, the worst crime against humanity. So know that you are right. You are on the right side of history for being here. You are on the right side of history when you protest. You are on the right side of history if you have to go to prison doing it. You are on the right side of history to shout and wail and say no to genocide. You are on the right side, and I've worn this t-shirt today just because, no, you are right. Whatever you do, you are right. And remember to tell people, tell your children, tell your grandchildren, you are always right. Genocide's the worst crime against humanity. Full stop, period. Thank you so much for listening. Birmingham, I love you.